Hey guys, I just woke up and Rags promised that he was doing a video today about a very important video to do with the vinegar scenario, which I spoke about in my last few videos. I know I've done a bunch on this guy in the last few days, but I've just had not much motivation. I haven't been feeling so great, as I mentioned in my last video, and with this it's just me essentially responding. I don't have to plan out as much, so I do find it a bit easier, so I'll be completely transparent about that. Now, Rags made a video called I Was Wrong, and I thought that I would address this since A, he directly mentions me and the points that I've brought up, and B, I feel like it's a good thing for me to talk about. Now, firstly, he addresses how he was wrong to take advice from this gentleman online and has a theory that the guy was trying to kill him. I personally think that the guy wouldn't have planned for him to actually take that advice. I don't think the guy would have been malicious enough to take that advice, but you never know with 4chan, which he's consistently said that's where he got his sort of, I guess, advice from. And the other thing that I would like to point out is that he has come out, listened to the scientific explanations that I've given him, and he said, hey, like, there's something to this. Looked into it and said, hey, wow, I guess I was possibly wrong, and I was wrong to take that advice. Which you've got to admit, the guy's got guts to be able to do that, especially since his current reputation has been based off being the guy who thinks Australia's fake guy. And it's so he's basically had to essentially backpedal, which sometimes that takes guts, because sometimes people will get stuck into a mentality. Anyway, so I also thought I'd address that, and I'm glad that he's realized my phone's going off. I'm glad he's realized that drinking a lot of vinegar at one time is not good for you, because one of the reasons why I brought it up in my videos is I don't want anybody to try and copy that, because it's not good for you. It's potentially bad for you, and I don't think that I don't think it's good to promote that. And I also like the fact that he has stepped back and said, okay, so my one piece of evidence isn't evidence, as a lot of people have pointed out to him. So that's good too, that he's willing to acknowledge that. I have hope for him. So hopefully, I'd be interested for him to come to Australia and see what it is without anything in his system. See how he likes it. See if he actually does enjoy it, because I could safely say that I would love to visit Scotland one day, as in I've seen photos, it looks absolutely beautiful. I am very invested in Celtic history. I even learnt how to play the recorder at one point, but I'm relearning it because it turns out I've forgotten completely. And there's just like a lot of things that I've been very interested with that country, but personally I also see that I could potentially not like it, because I have a lot of trouble understanding thick Scottish accents sometimes. His one is certainly mild compared to some of the people I've met in my life, and so I honestly believe that you should never judge a country until you've gone there, because a country may aesthetically appear to be something on the internet and be something completely else when you go there. I guess that's all I really wanted to say. I'm glad that he's sort of looking at, I guess, because I didn't really supply proper data per se, but my responses were based off, you know, education that I've studied at school and like my certificates. So hopefully, because I was a personal trainer, as you guys know, I have my certificate 3 and 4 in fitness. Yes, it's very mild nutritional sort of details that we learn. However, we do go into detail about the body systems, such as your endocrine and all of that kind of stuff. I'm hoping to be able to make some cool videos soon, but yeah, I guess I will just leave it at that. But finishing, I would like to say that I do respect the fact that he's been able to come out and say, hey, I could have been wrong about this, my bad. And I think that takes a lot of guts, so yeah. Bye.
Yeah, rock out flexing 50 bands. Bambi might just steal your mans. I just dropped 200 grand, yeah, I just rolled up 50 grams of weed. Yeah, spray my fucking seed, what?